In my primary field of work, I frequently find myself walking through the woods, stumbling across some pretty interesting things. And while setting up my GPS equipment for the day, I stumbled across my biggest find yet. At first, I shrugged it off as belonging to one of the contractors on site until I noticed the small forest growing out of the front of the truck and the lack of license plates on the rear bumper. Upon further investigation, I was able to quickly determine that the truck was just removed from the woods by the nearby dirt crew, and it became very apparent that this truck was sitting for some time based on the amount of trash filling the cab. Later in the day, someone from the real estate company involved in this development came by to pull some of the other stuff out of the woods, and I inquired with them about the truck, and they told me they were trying to get rid of it. So I did the most logical thing I could think of at the time, which was to offer them $100 for it, and they actually agreed to sell it to me for that price. And keep in mind, I still had not opened the hood or looked underneath, but I did take a peek inside and it looked like everything except for the radio was still there. Now, before I completed the transaction, I of course went online and ran the VIN to make sure that it didn't come up as stolen or totaled, and the owner left it behind long ago, so it is unlikely I will be able to track them down. Although the real estate guy did give me a few names that I may be able to reach out to, including the first and last name of the last known owner. With the vehicle paid for and a crude bill of sale drafted up, all I had to do now was transport the truck back. But due to my busy work schedule, I would have to wait a couple weeks. So in the meantime, I started looking at satellite imagery to figure out how long the truck had been sitting there, and the farthest back I can see it in Google Earth is to about 2015, although the last known registration date was in 2005, when the vehicle failed its emissions inspection. So there's a very good chance this truck sat for almost 15 years, with the possibility that it was used as a farmhand until something else broke. And with the entire drivetrain completely intact, minus a few MacGyvered air intake components, who knows what broke on this truck badly enough that it was banished to the woods for at least 5 years. One can only hope that in the process of cleaning it, that the ignition key will turn up to make diagnostic easier. To make transport easier, we'll start by cleaning the cab and throwing out anything that can't be used, which is just about everything because the truck reeks of mouse droppings and urine. And based on the video, you can probably guess how bad of an infestation this truck has seen. We'll also clear out the bed of any light objects that could blow out and create a road hazard, including all these oily leaves that appear to be the result of hydraulic oil being left in the bed. To make recovery efforts easier, my friend Trevor offered to help pull the truck out of the field and then transport it to the trailer that I usually use to move my projects around. His trailer and winch setup is a lot more rigid, which should make getting a truck out of a muddy field with potentially frozen bearings and bad tires a lot easier. In the process of cleaning the truck, I also removed the ignition switch from the steering column to allow the truck to steer freely without having the column lock. With the truck successfully recovered, we can now transfer it to my truck and trailer and then transport it to La Plata, where we can mess with it on another day. With the truck successfully transported to the farm, it will be ready for future diagnostics to determine what went wrong and why this truck ended up being taken off the road for nearly 15 years. So, what do you guys think of this find? Do you think I'm going to be able to get a title for it, or do you even think it's worth saving at all? And more importantly, do you think it's going to start when we do diagnostics on it? Stay tuned to find out. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe for more videos. especially with this project, and also be sure to check out some of our other projects. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment, and we'll see you in the next episode.